You get unlimited pasta, unlimited soup or salad, unlimited breadsticks. The more we talk about it, the more I realize there is nothing more American than Olive Garden. Hey guys, I'm Eric.
I'm Grace. We're the Wandering Ravens.
We make videos about travel and culture, and today we are going to be looking at American culture through a foreign lens.
We came across a Reddit thread this week called Non-Americans of Reddit. What is the craziest rumor you heard about America that turned out to be true?
We are going to read through this with you guys and react to some of the crazy rumors that people believe about us around the world. Are you ready?
Yes, let's do this.
Surfer dudes actually speak like that. Surf's up, brah.
It's getting wild out there, man. The waves are gnarly.
Waves are gnarly,
is that right?
man. Kind of like that.
Yeah, kind of.
Basically, the whole state of California speaks like that.
Or at least they're known to speak like that. Yes. I'm from Quebec, and when we went to Boston for a school trip, I sneezed in public and heard 2 or 3 people say, "Bless you." Quite a weird rumor I had heard not 2 months prior to that. I thought it was nice.
Yeah, this is something that we experienced when we moved abroad for the first time. We lived in South Korea for 2 years, and we discovered there that
They do not.
Yeah, not everyone around the world says bless you or something like that when people sneeze. What do you guys say in your countries? I know in South Korea there's just no acknowledgement whatsoever, but what about countries in Europe or other places in Asia? Do you say bless you or an equivalent to that? Let us know down in the comments.
Moving on.
That people actually get attacked by alligators which get in their pools. Specifically referring to Florida here.
I should not laugh about that.
Yeah.
That's pretty serious. Yeah, I can't believe that either. Like, that actually happens? It sounds...
It happens.
Yeah.
And not just in pools. Every year there's a couple stories come out of Florida about some lunatic is hiding in a swamp and the alligator eats him. There was one either last year or the year before that I remember quite clearly, and it was a man who was running from the police. He was a burglar and he was hiding out in the swamp while the police were searching nearby. And, you know, karma, I guess, he was eaten by an alligator.
Oh no, that's pretty bad. What did he steal? I hope it was worth it. So apparently, yellow school buses are actually a thing in America. I honestly thought it was just a cartoon thing, but nope.
We're staying in France right now, and something that we noticed, we're just down the street from an elementary school, and they don't have yellow school buses. They actually have legit full-on caravan, like luxury buses, kind of like shuttle buses that you'd expect to ride from city to city. Those really big ones with storage space underneath. So that was kind of...
What did they put in the storage space?
I don't know.
They're like, the kids don't all fit today. Get down there, Johnny. Johnny.
So they don't have yellow school buses here in France. In Korea they had them. They were like yellow
minivans. Yeah. So they were still yellow. I think the reason for them being yellow is just that it's a bright, happy color.
And probably for other cars on the road for traffic safety and for safety letting the kids off.
That's probably right.
Yeah. I'm still not 100% sure this is true, so hopefully you can confirm. Buoy is pronounced buoy. I guess. Rumor confirmed!
Yes, we confirm your rumor, reheated brew.
I don't actually know how else, I've never heard anyone say this differently than buoy.
Me neither.
Maybe in Australia they say boy. Boy.
Boy.
Boy. It could be boy.
Boy? Boy.
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 I actually don't properly know if this is true, but you have like a whole aisle in your supermarkets dedicated to just the hundreds of cereals you have. And yes, rumor confirmed. In most grocery stores like a KFC, Safeway, or
Walmart.
a Super Walmart, yeah, Brookshire's, something like that, you're gonna have a big aisle, and on both sides you're just gonna have tons of breakfast cereal. Granola, Fruit Loops, Captain Crunch, Life, O's, Rice Krispies, Cheerios, Wheaties,
that in and of
Frosted
itself
Flakes
is enough reason to visit the United States. You can go around touring all the different grocery stores. Cereal aisles.
Cereal aisles. We do have very good cereal aisles.
All the food is bigger. This is so true. Anytime we leave the States and go to another country, we have to readjust to smaller portion sizes. Because at first we'll be hungry all the time, and then we'll just be like, no, it's just us getting used to smaller, more normal, more healthy portion sizes.
Following closely on the heels of that, free refills. This is something which I took for granted as an American. If I go to a cafe or a restaurant, I'm gonna get free refills on my coffee. My first trip to the UK, I realized that most places don't do that. I only found one place in the UK that gave free refills on their coffee. And even then, it was only one refill. But in the States, any restaurant that offers filter coffee, you're gonna have unlimited refills. And then of course, soda drinks are always
Free refills.
Water? As well. Water is also free.
I'm from Australia, and all my life I believed red Solo cups were like 555 area codes, a Hollywood prop. When I immigrated to the US, my mother-in-law was making dinner and offered me some iced tea in a red Solo cup. I lost it, made everyone sign the cup, and I've still got it.
I didn't actually know this rumor before. This is very true. In the States, if you go to a potluck or a party, family get together, everyone's got the red Solo cups. If you're like my family, you have everyone scrawling a name on there so you don't get them mixed up. But yeah, I didn't know that that wasn't a international thing.
I didn't know that either. I'm surprised to hear that this person was surprised to see a plastic cup.
Mm-hmm.
But wow, yeah, the things that we take for granted.
Rumor confirmed.
We've got them, those Solo cups. Another reason to visit America.
Masked people come to your house, knock on your door asking for candy. Mostly it's just packs of kids, but sometimes whole families. Huh. Okay, well, this is actually surprising because I thought Halloween was an international
holiday. Not like every single other country, but
but Europe.
Quite a few, yeah.
Yeah, Europe especially. And like even in Korea, when we lived there, they would celebrate Halloween. They wouldn't do the trick-or-treating.
Yeah, they wouldn't do the trick-or-treating.
They would do the dressing up and parties and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in Europe, are there any European countries where people actually go trick-or-treating?
Or any countries.
Yeah, any countries.
Do you go trick-or-treating and knock on people's houses, or is that exclusively an American? Does Canada do it?
If you're wondering if the States does it, absolutely yes. Every October 31st, you better have a bowl of candy sitting in your house because there's gonna be people knocking trying to get that candy.
Or if you don't want any trick-or-treaters coming to your house, you have to make sure all the lights are turned off, close the blinds, close the windows, make sure there's no sign of life within your house, and be quiet. That's what we did this last Halloween.
Yeah, we were feeling shy.
Drink sizes. Holy crap. When my family visited in 2017, we landed in Texas for a stopover. First thing I saw in the shops part of the terminal was a dude who was drinking from what looked like an actual effing bucket. Here in New Zealand, our large drinks would have been considered an American small, or maybe medium. It's true, it's like a bucket. You could carry a baby around in there, it's huge. No, you could bathe a baby.
In some of the large
In some of the large soda cups.
Yeah. Not exactly crazy, but I wanted to test out the stereotype that Americans will talk to anyone. So I sought out a sports bar on my first visit. Ended up having a ton of really fun conversations with total strangers who I'll never talk to again. It was great. Yes, I'm gonna approve this rumor right now. Americans overall are much more friendly on the street to strangers than any other country that I've been to. But within the United States, there is a bit of subtlety. This changes depending on where you go. So some broad-stroked generalizations and stereotyping here. In the States, the stereotype is friendliest people on the street to strangers are in the South and Midwest. And then when you go to the West Coast, they're still pretty friendly, but not as friendly as the South. And then if you go to the East, that's where people get more, I guess you could say Parisian?
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 I would say Parisian.
They get more Parisian. They don't talk to strangers. There's a little bit more cold. You don't smile at people. That sort of behavior is on the East Coast.
But I also sometimes wonder if that's just a stereotype we on the West Coast think.
That's true. We are from Seattle, so...
Yeah, it's like on the East Coast, do they have that opinion of West Coasters? That that they're the more, like, cold, what do you call it? Straight face?
Yeah, cold-faced.
Yeah.
Stiff upper lips.
Yeah, that.
Mm-hmm.
The more cold cultured ones.
Maybe it's a competition thing. Like every region in the States wants to be the friendliest region. So that's why we're like,
but
we're from
said
Seattle.
The South was.
That's true. I was being humble. Obviously, Seattle is the friendliest. If you're from the East Coast, you let us know. Are you guys friendly to strangers on the street over there? Or like, if you're sitting next to someone on the bus, are you gonna smile at them and talk with them? Or are you like, and if you've been to the United States from another country, what was your experience like? Are Americans actually friendlier than people in your country? You let us know.
Biscuits and Gravy is a legit thing. Also, you can ride motorcycles without helmets in some states, and your iced tea isn't sweetened unless you ask for sweet. Okay, the Biscuits and Gravy shock, I feel ya. That was a surprise to me too. I had never eaten biscuits and gravy
that shock?
Until I met you.
Biscuits and gravy are one of my favorite breakfast foods.
I didn't know people ate it for breakfast either. It was kind of like people have that for breakfast?
So disclaimer, if you're gonna eat biscuits and gravy, or if you're judging biscuits and gravy right now, don't you dare base your judgment on what they serve you at hotels. Like if you go to a Best Western or a Holiday Inn or one of those places and you have biscuits and gravy, it's gonna taste like crap. They're terrible. Don't eat
garbage.
it. It's garbage.
Don't go for that.
Yeah.
Give you a tummy ache.
You gotta
Tummy ache.
Yeah, have homemade biscuits and gravy, or go to a Cracker Barrel or something like that, and then that's where you can.
Or just come to his family's house.
Yeah,
they have good
come to my house. I will make you. Grace will make you biscuits and gravy. Approval on the biscuits and gravy. Approval, yes. Ride motorcycles without helmets. That does happen in some states. Washington State, our state, you have to wear a helmet. But this third thing that he says, your iced tea isn't sweetened unless you ask for sweet. That's actually wrong. I think that depends on where you are.
That depends on where you are in the States.
Up in Seattle, where we are, if you ask for iced tea, it's gonna be unsweetened. But if you go to the South and you get iced tea, it's gonna have like, 1,000 grams of sugar in that bad boy. It's gonna be so thick of sugar, you put a spoon in there and it stands up straight. Yeah. So you gotta know where in the States you are and what you're asked, that's, depends. American state and national parks are some of the most beautiful places on Earth. All parks could use more funding, but American parks are well staffed and maintained. There's real pride. Aww. Well, I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad that this is a rumor that's going around about us because we are very proud of our national parks.
I think this is true. We do take the maintenance of our national parks really seriously. Like, do you know how much you will get fined if you litter in one of our national parks?
Do you know how much you'll get fined?
Like between $500 USD and $2,000. So yeah.
Really?
Do not do that.
Yeah, I think that's actually right. Yeah, when you go to national parks, they have big signs everywhere that talk about if you litter, or you step on the grass, or you pick a flower, here's how much you're gonna get fined.
Don't pick anything. Just admire everything and tread as lightly as possible.
Take nothing but photos, leave nothing but footprints.
That American kids eat straight sugar. Walked onto the playground and saw kids chugging these long, thin sticks. I tried and it was just colored sugar. LOL. Called them Pixy Sticks. Yeah.
That's a horrible one.
It is a horrible one. I've never had one of those in my life, and I'm still proud that I've never had one of those in my life.
You did.
I don't understand why. Okay, this is gonna sound really harsh. I don't understand why parents would give those to their kids.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
So.
It's literally just
like,
sugar
here you
in a
go,
straw.
a tube of poison.
America really likes its candy, which,
has not turned out well for us.
is not turning out well for us.
The minimal amount of paid days off you get from work. A friend of mine from Wisconsin was very proud he got 20 days off per year. If someone in Germany would offer me only 20 days, I would laugh at him and leave.
20 days off is actually a lot. Most Americans who work, W-2, 40-hour-a-week jobs, standard jobs, they only get 2 weeks, so 14 days of paid vacation off every year. Now, there is a bright light because some companies that you work for will allow you to save your vacation days. So if you don't use them in 1 year, they roll over and can be used the next year. And then roll over and they can be used the next year, like that. So some people save up this massive amount of vacation, and then when they end their job, they just take like 3 months off, something like that.
And it's paid.
It's all paid. But the downside of that is there is an equal amount of companies that don't do that. So if you don't use your 14-day vacation in your year, it's just gone at the end of the year.
And they're like, sorry, we're keeping all this extra money now.
Yeah. But I'm gonna ask you guys, where you come from, how much time do you get off? Because I know in some places like the UK, isn't it like a month?
As for us, we don't really have to worry about any of that because we are self-employed. So we can take vacations whenever the heck we feel like it, which is not very often.
Shucks. Unfortunately, being self-employed also means that you have a lot of work.
A lot of work. Yeah. Yeah.
Student loans. How does it work in the USA? In the UK, when you go to university, you take out a student loan, and after uni, when you earn a certain amount per year, a percentage above that threshold goes towards paying it back. However, if you don't earn that much, somewhere between $20,000 and $25,000 per year, then you pay nothing. Then after a while, if you haven't paid it back, after 30 years or so, then it just disappears and you don't have to pay for it? In America, do you have to pay regardless of income? And is there a time limit after which debt expires and disappears? And what? In the States, debt stays with you until you either pay it off or you die. There's no expiring. And this is actually very surprising for me. So I'm like, how do you guys do this in the UK?
Who pays that money then? The uni's like, excuse me, and you're like, oh, sorry man, it's been 30 years. And the uni's like, well, I'm still out this much money.
The bank's out. The bank's out.
The bank's out.
Yeah, so what do the banks do? How does that, because that seems, all right, so just like from my American perspective here, that doesn't make much sense mathematically. Like that money's gotta come from somewhere.
Yeah.
So where does the money come from? You guys let us know down in the comments. We'd love to hear from the other side of the pond how you guys get rid of your student loans this way. This is really mind-blowing for us because, I don't know, as Americans, this just sounds like unheard of.
Yeah.
So.
You're like, pay me what you owe me.
Yeah, I'm very excited to learn more through you.
I always thought that the Olive Garden in The Simpsons was just code for generic restaurant.
This one is actually really near and dear to our hearts because both Grace and I have worked at Olive Garden as servers, so we can verify that this is in fact a real restaurant that serves real breadsticks. Well, real.
Some conflation.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I would call them real, but they do serve breadsticks. No dairy in that butter whatsoever. You don't need to worry about that. Olive Garden is actually a really good example of the American dining experience. You go in, you sit down, you're greeted immediately. You get your drinks right away, you get your food right away. The portion sizes are huge. There's tons of cheese. The server actually comes to the table with a cheese grater. Yeah, and they'll just grate cheese.
Until you say stop.
Yeah, until you say stop. And as a server, I have legitimately, true story, had people who made me grate 3 blocks of cheese this big, Romano cheese, onto their pasta. It's just this mountain of cheese.
I had a table that I stood there so long doing the cheese grater thing. He was this big, like, motorcycle dude. He was like, just leave it here. And so I gave him his own cheese grater. We were not supposed to do this at the restaurant, I don't think.
Yeah.
I feel like I was told not to do that. But
he left it on the table.
He wanted the entire thing, so I just left it and he...
Oh, and then another good example of American dining is that every entree that you order also comes with a free soup or salad. And the soup and salad are unlimited. So you get this big bowl of soup, you eat it. You want more, you eat it. Your pasta comes out, big plate of pasta, you eat it. You want more soup, you get more soup, you eat it.
And more breadsticks.
Oh yeah.
Breadsticks until there are literally no more breadsticks. Yeah. And breadsticks to go.
While we were there, I kid you not, Olive Garden said that they were going to stop giving away free breadsticks and they were going to charge something like, I don't know, 12 cents a breadstick, some ridiculously small amount of money for these breadsticks. And the people went crazy. For the next few weeks after that, basically every table I had was like, are you really gonna take away our free breadsticks?
You can't do that. It's like practically an amendment now.
Settle down, sir. You're gonna give yourself a heart attack. It we gotta also tell you about this one incredibly American Olive Garden feature, which was every year in the fall, they have this promotion called Unlimited Pasta Bowl. Okay. When Unlimited Pasta Bowl comes around, you come to eat, you pay like $8 and you just get unlimited pasta. You eat pasta. You get unlimited pasta, unlimited soup or salad, unlimited breadsticks, and then you just eat until you're done. And then you get stuff to go. As a server, these promotions are the worst because you're just running back and forth from the kitchen for free refills, and you have all these tables that all want free refills.
Yeah. And the tabs are really small, so the tips are also really small. And you have to work like 300 times harder.
Yeah, it's awful. The more we talk about it, the more I realize there is nothing more American than Olive Garden.
You're like, Italian my ass. Like, it's not Italian. And now we're going to turn the question over to you guys. What is the craziest rumor you heard about America that turned out to be true?
Drop it down in the comments. We'd love to hear your story. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't leave without hitting that like button.
And subscribe down below so that you can get more travel and culture in your life.
We'll see you guys next time. Bye.